Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Diane Lang, Wisdom of the Akashics. I just did a video earlier today entitled Karmic Correction versus Karmic Continuation, and I really highly recommend everybody visit that video because when you understand the true law of karma, it is just amazing what you can see take place in your life and how it can change things for the better. But I was not planning on doing this. But I was kind of packing it in for the day actually, and I got this kind of message about do a reading for twins, and because that's one of the things that my first two videos are about is about the twin soul relationship and the gateway that we went through the other day, and that'll be an ongoing discussion that I have here. But it was about do one for twins, and the question that we're asking the cards is what are the main messages that are going to come forward for twins right now. And so if it resonates for you, it does. If not, then it just isn't, this particular reading isn't for you today. But what is the messages that are coming through in general for twins that is a karmic pattern that we could look at and that we want to change, on what comes up, what kind of karma we want to create. I've actually never been inspired to do a reading based on kind of a question like that, so I'm just going with it. We're going to look at the cards now. I'm going to try to make it not too long of a reading. If I read 9 cards and 5 cards even to 9 cards, it'll take me about a half an hour to pass on all the other messages that come through. So I'm going to do my best to just make this a bit of a shorter reading. But so the question that we're asking the cards is, what is the karmic pattern right now that's showing up big in twin soul relationships, twin flame relationships that we can work on? What is showing up for him? I'll do three ones. What is showing up for the feminine? What's showing up for the masculine? And that's whomever you are in that relationship. And then the middle cards will be what is it that will bring the two into alignment together. Okay, I don't unfortunately have a camera that I can show the cards, the layout, and show and such. I have it. Well, that is just interesting. I just took 2 cards from the stack that I moved over. That's interesting. I took from a place I don't normally take cards, but Spirit brings forward the information the way it's supposed to. So right now we just even altered the reading a little more. Okay, so the cards that I got 2 cards for the energy of the masculine. And the first card that comes up is the Chariot. These are Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards. And it's the Chariot. It's Archangel Metatron. And this is about the so this is the masculine. This is kind of what's taken place, and this is what's happened karmically right now, and what we're being shown. And the card that came up, this is really, really super cool, is Metatron, but the actual, what it actually reads is an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower. And the gateway the other day was all about the masculine stepping up, the masculine coming through the gateway, the masculine starting to take over some of the work. And if you watch that video, I share in that video that my experience of that gateway was a huge success. I'm sure I probably maybe even used the words a huge success. And this is coming up an important achievement. It means that achievement, karmically, that information, we just went into a form of karmic correction. And why I want you to watch the other video is so you understand what I mean when I say karmic correction, because I'm not going to explain that in this video. I have an entire video on that. That's what it's entitled. Oh, this beautiful little black and white cat keeps walking by my window, but he's limping. I wonder what's wrong with him. Anyways, so it's an important achievement took place. So we had that achievement the other day in the masculine. The masculine have stepped forth and put forth a karmic correction. That's what we're going to call it. And because that's what I'm asking about. What's the karma that the male and the female are doing right now, the energy, and how do we come together in alignment? So we're going to give the masculine a giant pat on the back. For those that are watching, take a pat on the back for the masculine energy in the relationship. For the feminine energy that showed up at the gateway, that was a massive achievement, to help carry their twins over and carry them over energetically. And so, and then the rest of the card says self-discipline and willpower. So what's going to happen is, to stay in the karmic correction, we have to apply self-discipline and willpower. And self-discipline will be doing what I talk about in the video, the karmic correction video. It's taking a stance in your relationships that you are going to start karmically correcting the information, karmically correcting the experiences versus continuing or perpetuating them. And it's going to take consciousness, commitment, and willpower to do that. And so that's part of the message the masculine is being taken. You came through the gateway, but you don't just get to sit on your laurels now. Your laurels now, as I'm saying from somewhere. So you don't get to just sit there and do nothing. It's like, yes, there's a level of happiness and pride and joy and all that comes along with coming through the gateway. But we just started doing the work together, in terms of real union. So that's what that card is about. The second card that comes up is the King of Earth. So these are two really great cards for the masculine energy, like really, really happy about this. So it's the King of Earth. The message is a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. This is the King of Earth. Generous, professional, responsible, and practical. That would be qualities of what you want in your twin. It would be qualities that you want to bring to your twin relationship. It's qualities that would have come over in those that took the commitment to be part of the twin gateway. Because it means if you stepped in through that gateway the other day, it means you're here to participate in your higher story, and you took some action in that regard. So that's what this is saying. So they're saying karmically, we created some really great stuff the other day, and to continue it, to continue to correct it and work on that. So it's a successful time. Accept opportunities that you're offered. I think that what's that saying is you're going to have an opportunity to connect with your female feminine twin. You're going to have opportunities to do that. Step into your truth and be part of that. Pick up the phone and be the one that calls her, because I'm saying her as in the feminine in the relationship. In a male-male relationship, there's still a feminine and a masculine energy. So reach out to your twin, reach out to the feminine. Take some responsibility for that, because you're in twin relationship. And it says the Midas touch here. What I just heard about that is that you have that impact on your twin, so you can have the Midas touch with them. What you bring to them will be received in joy and in love. And if you come forward with all of those qualities of bringing, force your generous self, your accountable self, this is a successful time for the male masculine energy to be showing up. And it's what right now it's saying is they brought some really great karma forward the other day. So the relationship that's showing up in the cards for the feminine and the karmic relationship right now, I didn't even look. Oh my gosh. I just went upstairs and took this off the fridge because this was in my gateway the other day. This is one of my gateway cards the other day for myself and my twin. When I read, I came back down, I stuck it in the middle of the deck, and then I did a big shuffle because these cards are very thick. There's a lot of them, so I do an interesting shuffle to get to where they are. And it showed up in all of that shuffle. It showed up in the feminine energy as the Knight. It's the Knight of Water. The Knight of Water, it's the emotional aspect, romantic aspect, enthusiastic aspect, and contemplative. Those are the parts that are characteristics of the Knight in Water. And what it says is, this card, what it reads is falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. So, okay, there's so much stuff that comes through now when I'm doing this. So part of what this is saying is the feminine, we can be, we stay in our emotional bodies, but stay in them in an enthusiastic way. The twins that came through the other day, the male and masculine energy that came through, they need our enthusiasm. They came through as romantic partners to us. We want to be able to, we don't want to stop the train now and block our emotions and go into, you know, those energies of doubt and not believing and things like that. They need us to stay in the emotion and the vibration of love. So we're being told our karmic correction is to do that. It's that they came through. So even though they're picking up some of the work and the stuff that's being done for this whole story, is we don't get to just sit on our laurels either and do absolutely nothing. So we can show up as a receptive partner. This is about falling in love. This is about falling in love with your twin and falling in love with yourself. And that's a really big part of the story. And that's how you know in part you're in a twin soul story, is because it brings you to a place where you just have to love yourself. And one of the things that's very humbling is when you realize that what I'm not loving about myself, I'm not loving about my twin. You realize you can't stay in that energy and have them come forward. So the correction is to love yourself first, and the twin will come. And so wedding proposals, some people that were already in the twin, and this gateway really just propelled the men into the next level. Some of you will be getting wedding proposals, but people that are getting wedding proposals are probably very active in their twin relationship. It wouldn't be in a twin that hasn't shown up in your life yet. But it's stating the energy of weddings and celebration of union is part of what's showing up in the karma for the women. And so if we want to keep this going karmically, we have to be part of that. And we have to show up as that partner that we want. You're going to hear me say that a lot. An invitation to a social event. That's what I heard earlier. This is about if they step forward and they contact you and they reach out and they say hi, or do you want to have coffee? Don't get stuck in your energy, and you're going to prove a point and make them wait, or you're going to do something like that, or you're going to get invited to a social event, or you may actually come in alignment with your twin now. They may show up now. So if you get invited out, go out, and if you get in touch with your twin, you know, just say yes to the experience, and yes that you're going to come forward and have a meeting or have a chat or get on the phone or go for coffee or something. The other energy that came up, so interesting. This is the female side, and we've got the Knight of Water, which is male energy, and we've got the King of Air, which is male energy, and it's showing up in the female karma. So this is it says, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Seeking out professional advice could be listening to this video all the way to the end, because you're going to get something that will resonate for you here. Speaking your mind with confidence is something that I talked about in the Karmic Continuation video, Karmic Correction video, and Continuation video, is that we want to stand in our truths, and that's how we can karmically correct some of the experiences we're having, you know. And like I said, I'm not going to get into that. It's too much of an explanation about that here, but part of that is speaking your truth. So if something's happening to you that's hurting you, karmic continuation would be to spit back, fight back, get mean back. Karmic correction would be, I don't like it when you treat me that way or speak to me that way, but spitting back at you isn't the solution. Calling you a name isn't the solution. I don't want to do that at soul level. And so karmically correcting is apologizing. So women, apologize for your roles in some of the stuff that's happening here, because we are part of the story. And so the female energy is to say, you know, I want to have balance in here so that I have balance in my mental and emotions. And a balanced emotional body will be somebody who sees their behavior and comes forth and says, sorry, I didn't like what you did, but I didn't mean to spit back at you that way. So I apologize for that. And then we're going to work on this being better going forward. We're going to correct the communication, the way we communicate. That's having a balanced emotional response to something. In the middle, which is what the two parties are doing together. So what we need to do to be in alignment with our twin. So this was the Archangel Metatron and the King of Earth are the masculine karmic information. The Knight of Water and the King of Air are the female. And so in messages, and part of the fact that we're getting male energy means that we have to stay balanced. That's that part about being balanced. You know, we can't stay solely in the feminine, and we do need a certain level of male energy. So we have the Knight of Fire. The message with the Knight of Fire, that's the Knight of Fire. The message with the Knight of Fire is a sudden event that needs immediate attention, and time is of the essence. What the story that I'm getting about this, and that this is a big one for me to get myself, is this part of what happened the other day through the gateway, taking some responsibility, wanting to understand our karmic story in the story, our karmic contribution to the story. And then what it's saying together, as we come together, there was a sudden event that needs immediate attention. So what that means is what's happening between you karmically, if you're going to continue to ignore it, you're going to be doing what we call the karmic continuation of keeping you apart from your twin, from your divine relationship, from your sacred partnership. So what needs immediate attention is don't let that be the case. So the male part is don't ignore anymore, or the women part is, don't be the chaser anymore and sit back and allow. But the immediate attention is, what is it that I'm doing in this relationship that's keeping us apart? And what do I need to do to give it immediate attention? If you want to understand that on an individual level, in your story particularly, so reach out to me as a coach. That's what I do. That's how I help you at a different level than the videos. So a sudden event that needs immediate attention, time is of the essence. And what I hear about time is of the essence, and I got a little bit of this information the other day, was we can go back out of the gateway. We came through the gateway. Our twins came through the gateway. We were there to greet them through the gateway. But we can go backwards. We could go backwards by the twin came through, and now we turn our back on them because we go into, I'm just too tired for this shit mode. Not the time to do it. The twin can come in, peek around, and then go, yeah, no, not really ready. But you're meant to be ready. And people say if it's meant to be, it will be. I can have a whole discussion about how I agree with that and how I don't agree with that term. So we can turn back. So time is of the essence to follow through in some way that's going to allow you to become into karmic alignment with your person, with your twin. Karmic alignment with the story that you're in. So don't shift back to old patterns right away. Allow yourself to do something different and call forth that relationship. And what's going to come of that, so this is the card. This was the final card drawn out of the 6th card. It's like, here's your male story, here's your female story. It needs immediate attention, and the result is going to be the Ace of Water, the card that came out. This is an amazing card to get. This is emotional alignment. The water is always about the emotion. And when I did my reading the other day for myself to know what my story was coming through the gateway, part of it, all the cards in the middle, and I did 11 card reading at the time. All 3 of them, plus the flip over card, were all water cards. The entire it was water card, and then the round out card was the water card. So if that isn't about emotions and being connected to the emotional part of this story, what this says though, so what we're being told is, this is falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship is the outcome. Falling in love, the resurgence of a relationship is the outcome. That's exactly what we're looking for. This is exactly what we want the universe to tell us about it. It's still going to be in divine timing, but it's going to be in the possibility is there. I talked the other day about it's not a seed in the ground anymore. It's a root. It took root. It came out with a stalk and a stem, and there's branches hanging off of it, and there's leaves growing on it. That's how far we've gotten along in some of these relationships. So falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, that is the outcome of staying in the karmic correction. Spiritual growth and enhanced intuition is the other things that are written here. It also says a new home. So that means on a spiritual level, coming into a new home means coming into yourself, which means could be the loving yourself part. But the spiritual growth and enhanced intuition is going to be when you come into alignment with your female and male counterpart, come into alignment. The chakra that you share, because we have a shared chakra with our twins, the chakra that you share becomes into alignment. And I can do a whole video on that if you want to understand what that's about. And we are going to have enhanced intuition right now. When we become in touch with our twin, we are getting the messages from them. We are getting the intuition to do certain things. We are getting told to get up and get out of your chair and walk out the door at a certain time. If you start listening to those messages, your twin will probably start showing up in a physical way more often. You'll probably start running into them more, things like that. So allow your intuition. And really, we just had major spiritual growth through this gateway. I'm taking it as a pat on the back celebration. Let's have a successful, happy moment around that, and that the outcome of getting into karmic alignment with your twin. And karmic alignment means correcting the karma, correcting the old stories, and you falling in love and a resurgence of a relationship is the result and the outcome. So that is absolutely an amazing, wonderful reading. And the up card, which I wasn't really sure I was going to read, but I will read it to you because it's telling you how to do it. Okay, this is the King of Fire. So we have the Chariot, Metatron, male energy, the King of Earth, male energy, the Knight of Water, male energy, King of Air, masculine, male energy, Knight of Fire, male energy, and the outcome is emotions, Ace of Water. Okay, falling in love, resurgent, enhanced intuition. That's the outcome of this. But what it's saying to do, how do you do that? That's why this card was given. It's focus, focus, focus. That's what it's saying to us. Don't drop the ball now. And don't be obsessive. There's a difference. But focus, set your intention, be clear on your vision, know what you want, write it down, affirm it. Focus, 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 meaning when you catch yourself sending out that download, dump energy onto the counterpart that you want to come in your life, whether you know them or not. Because if you're mad at men, guess what? You're not likely going to attract. You're certainly not likely going to attract a loving, healthy, ready one, right? You can attract a man very easily, but you won't attract the partner that you want. So focus, be clear with your vision. And those are the things that I can help you with. And then be a leader. Be a leader, meaning, take the helm. Guys, step up. You did it the other day. You came through the gateway, but the work is not done. Women, stand in your truth. Stand in your vision of being in that partnership, of bringing forth the sacred relationship that you want. And we're at the 24 mark again. Holy smokes. So, and communicate. And then the last thing it says on here, advice from someone creative. So someone creative will give you advice. Maybe that's what the YouTube video is about. It's a creative way to explain the karmic relationship with your twin, and or that you're to reach out for advice. That part is up to you. You'll resonate with that part of your story. So I'm going to end the video now. I hope all of that was helpful. My name is Diane Lang. I'm from Wisdom of the Akashics is my passion, my company, my presence here out in the world. I'm an advanced Akashic record reader. I teach and coach the law of attraction and twin soul relationships. I read angel cards, and I'm really a spiritual psychic, which channels mostly clairaudient and some clairvisual. I pass spiritual messages on to people. So right now I've decided to do it in the form of videos and teaching. So you can reach me at facebook.com/wisdom of the Akashics. You can reach me and comment by commenting below and saying, I'd like to reach out and do some, know more about coaching with you. If you have a comment about the video, please feel free to share it. If you have a part of the video you feel would be interesting to have it expanded on, if it's on a personal level, that is what coaching is for, and that's what I will do with that. But if it really shows up a lot and it's something that we would be beneficial for everybody to know, then I'll do more information on it. wisdomoftheakashics@gmail.com is my email. And reach out. I hope this helped you. Thank you, beautiful soul, for coming to the video and listening to the karmic story about our twins today. Namaste. Have a very, very, very blessed and beautiful day. Diane.